Hey, what's up, guys? Patty here. So, just wanted to make a quick video going over my new go-to build for the season. Previously, I talked about how Mask of Fealty was my favorite build in the game, slash go-to build in the game for just general roam content, basically any non-DPS content. But this build right here has actually supplanted that. So want to go over how it works. It kind of all revolves around Inmost Light Cyrtarachne, the class item. This role should be a lot easier to get these days with being able to focus at the Pale Heart. If you can't get this role, then prioritize Inmost Light, I would say. But really, I would say, it shouldn't take that long to just do Dual Destiny, focus the trait that you want, and just try for this role before trying out this build, because these two traits both kind of work in tandem. There's a lot of build videos out there nowadays about this exact role. There's a lot of ways that you can build around this class item. This is just my favorite way of doing so. This is what I've found works best for me, and maybe you'll get something out of it and kind of inspire you as you're putting together something yourself. So let's go into the abilities here. So Tether. The super here is pretty flexible. I like Tether just because it's Tether, and because of Facet of Purpose, it gives us Overshield. Actually, that's a pretty critical component. So one of the main openers that I use with this build is I'll just shoot VS Velocity Baton. I was lucky enough to get an Attrition Orbs roll pretty early on. This role, I would say, is pretty worth grinding for, but obviously you don't have to have exactly demo Attrition Orbs. It's pretty useful, especially with the setup that I have, but Attrition Orbs is definitely the priority. Anyway, I usually open Velocity Baton and then immediately toss a grenade, either Arc Bolt or a Gunpowder Gamble. This will both reload the grenade launcher and give us Woven Mail off the back of Spirit of Cyrtarachne. So immediately we've got Woven Mail, and then Velocity Baton is making orbs for us. So pretty quickly we'll have both Woven Mail and a Overshield, at which point it's really hard for us to die. So I'm going to show off a Master Lost Sector run that I just ran with this build here in a second, and you'll kind of see that loop in action. But that's our main opener. Velocity Baton, chuck a nade, get Overshield and Woven Mail at the same time. The other things going on here, Threaded Spike. This is very good, especially right now. We'll go into the artifact in a bit, but obviously Sever is a very powerful verb. It's cutting down the damage of everything that it's hitting. So Woven Mail, Overshield, and severed enemies, we've got a lot of reduced damage going on. The grenade's definitely very flexible. I'm sure I'm in the minority. I'm not crazy about grapple personally, and for Duskfield, I'm not crazy about it in this build. I would just prefer my grenades to actually kill stuff, like when I toss them. I don't want to think about having a melee. I don't want to think about if I'm at the appropriate, distance to do a grapple. I would just rather just toss an Arc Bolt and just be done with it. Plus, it kind of simplifies, in my mind, whether it's an Arc Bolt or a GPG that I have available, I don't know, it's the same. Just toss it and forget about it kind of thing. Stylish, obviously. Don't know why you would play Prismatic Hunter and not run Stylish. Maybe it works for some people, but I like Stylish here, especially with Tina. Chill Clip Tina, that just means any red bar that you kill in the top half of the magazine, you're proccing Stylish, you're going invisible. Pretty good panic button. I experimented with several different aspects in the second slot. If Ascension worked with Inmost Light, I think I would prefer it here. Unfortunately, the way Ascension works is it consumes your class ability, whereas Inmost, it um, it relies on using your class ability. So two different ways of saying that, I guess, but basically, you will not get empowered abilities off of Ascension. So since it's not doing that for us, I'd really that ends up being a problem because it just slows down our grenade regeneration. Basically, we can only empower our grenade from our melees. We can get our melees back from Ascension now, but I'd rather really have that empowered grenade. Plus Gunpowder Gamble, that's an extra grenade. GPG does proc empowered abilities, so it's just another way to ability spam. It doesn't work during Transcendence, but it pretty much guarantees that when you come out of Transcendence, you'll have a GPG and all your other abilities are refreshed. So you'll come out of Transcendence with 2 grenades just ready to go every time, and you get Transcendence back super fast. I also tried out Threaded Spectre. That could work here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I wasn't finding that the Spectre was distracting the enemies all that often for me. And there were a few times that I missed having a grenade when I needed one. So just basically having a second grenade kind of does a lot for us here. Winter Shroud is another maybe. It also synergizes with Tina because Tina will get our class, like this basically makes it so that anytime you slow something, you're getting your class ability back faster, and Tina is constantly slowing stuff. In the end, I just really feel like Gunpowder Gamble is the best option here. Protection, Purpose, Dawn, those stay on pretty much any prismatic build that I make. Facet of Hope to get our class ability back faster when we have an elemental buff, which is pretty much always. And then obviously if you don't go with Arc Bolt or Magnetic Grenade, if you prefer Grapple or Dusk Field, as a lot of people do, then this is another flex slot. I would probably recommend Facet of Balance here as the swap out. But yeah, this is the setup that I prefer. Also, the Arc Bolt Grenade with Facet of Dominance here, it's jolting stuff, so A, it can stun overloads, and B, it works with the artifact here. Which one is it? Yeah, Arc debuffs targets, and then when you defeat them, you gain a stack of bolt charge. So that can start your bolt charge loop. It can add to your bolt charge stacks. It's kind of just working in the background for us there. So weapons are pretty important. Like Tina and VS Velocity Baton, those are, I talked about how they synergize with the abilities already. And then the heavy is definitely a flex slot as well. I like Anarchy as a default, but I'll swap this out for Queenbreaker. Microcosm's good here. Like, there's so many good exotic heavies that you could put in here, just depending on the activity that you're doing. Thunderlord would be another good one. But yeah, I find Anarchy to be a pretty good go-to. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. The way I have my mods set up. So we're making a shitload of orbs with the grenade launcher, and we're also killing stuff. So we're getting orbs on Void Final Blows, orbs on Tina. We're getting super energy on melee kills, and then more orbs. Orbs on melee kill, orbs on grenade kills. Reload the GL faster. Yeah, I mean. Oh, I should probably talk about my other choices in the artifact here. Not sure why I have this on. I guess there was nothing better for this setup, but Volatile Marksman is actually pretty relevant with with VS Velocity Baton. That actually comes into play a lot. You get multi kills a lot with that GL, so you'll be getting volatile rounds a lot. It ends up being pretty good. Bolt Charge. I'm blanking here. I don't remember picking this. You could pick Photonic Flare here or Disruptor Spike, because we are severing things a lot. So this does get some use. But according to the Destiny Data Compendium, it's only going from a 40% damage decrease to a 50%. So yeah, that's another pretty flexible slot. This is obviously a double special setup, so I have both the ammo perks here. Flashover is, you need to be running this season with all the bolt charge going on. This is dealing more damage. This is probably the best one on here. It pretty much, the way bolt charge works right now, it's kind of random. Like it's kind of hard to tell, like in the heat of the moment when you have full stacks and like exactly when you want to trigger it and everything. But Defibrillating Blast just pretty much guarantees that the next time you use an ability or trigger, anytime you stun a champion, you have full bolt charge, and that's just going to help you chunk it down, and hopefully get the kill within one stun. And then this, if I was running Queenbreaker, obviously go with Particle Reconstruction. But To Shreds works really well here as well. It basically makes it, we're tossing our threaded spike a lot, and it basically makes it so that anything that we sever with it is going to also be unraveled. If it's taking sustained damage, it's going to help us get Woven Mail. I haven't leveled up my Tome of Want enough to get the boost, but the boost would also be pretty good. According to the data compendium, it's 25% extra damage on unraveled enemies. And that's not an insignificant amount of damage over time. So, pretty good stuff. But I'll go ahead and get into the Master Lost Sector gameplay here. Oh. Here we go. Let's take a look. So here we go. Velocity Baton and Toss and Nade. We've got Overshield and Woven Mail right now. You can see how fast we get that GPG. We're getting that off of abilities. Oh, another thing, a really cool combo you can do with Anarchy is if you have a barrier champion, if you get Radiant and then shoot Anarchy, it basically makes it so that as soon as it puts its shield up, the Anarchy ticks will pop the shield if you're still Radiant at that time. It's a pretty cool little tech there. Makes stuns a little bit easier. We also build Transcendence like crazy with this build. Velocity Baton fills the light meter. Tina fills the dark meter. Tina, the threaded spike. They both fill the dark meter. It's pretty often that we're getting Transcendence here. I was trying to get a special finish on that guy, but yeah, he shattered. So, Velocity Baton, Grenade, Velocity Baton, Grenade. It's just a loop that's very specific to that exact role of Velocity Baton, but it works so well with this setup. I should have shot it on that bridge. Just watching back. And I just kind of goofily chase that Scion. Yeah, I'm just trying to clean up. This was my first attempt at this lost sector. I've been working on a I've been attempting a solo GM with this build to try and show it off. I'm quite a few runs deep. There's like a lot of just random stuff that keeps happening. I'm still kind of learning the GM. It would only be my second solo GM ever. But yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle of a bunch of attempts. Kind of needed a break from it, so I just fired up the Master Lost sector here just to see how it would do. And this was my first attempt, so I thought I'd go ahead and record. When I get that solo GM clear, I will be uploading that as well, just as another avenue to show what this build can do. Yeah, so that barrier, I was just running around trying to clean everything up. The barrier made me kind of think there was another wave coming. I forgot that like the barrier kind of indicates you're done with that room. So I popped Super and Transcendence, so I'm coming into this room with neither. But I mean, you'll see it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, at least here with this under like 14 light under Master Lost sector, really didn't mess us up at all. The Wombo combo, the Velocity Baton plus Grenade, I mean, it just completely keeps us safe in a room with 2 unstops and the boss. And then there we go, we got Transcendence when the unstop was almost dead anyway. We're gonna go to town on the boss here. You can see the boss is almost at full health, and this is how quickly we chunk it down. This is right here. This is gonna be like, I think right here is the first time I even use Anarchy in the whole Lost sector. I just didn't even need it at any time before this. You'll kind of find if you try this build and like really get the loop down, that even on Grandmaster difficulty, like I know I haven't gotten the solo clear yet. It's not individual champions that are messing things up. It's not. You'll find that individual champions, or even like groups of champions, they really aren't that big of a threat with this build. You have plenty of methods to stun all 3 of them. So anyway, yeah, that's the build. Look out for my solo. There's 2 solo GMs that I am attempting right now. One of them is with this build. The other one is with a variation of my Mask of Fealty build. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. They will hopefully be my second and third solo GM clears. And yeah, I mean, here's to many more. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon with those. Take care.